viewers, you're welcome to the newspaper review today on TAF TV, and my name is Jennifer Adawamwo. With me in the studio today on the review is Mr. Victor Soku. Mr. Victor, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And Miss Natasha Brown.
Thank you.
You're welcome to the show. This is a happy new year to the both of you because I've not seen you this year.
Happy New Year!
Yeah, happy new year. You're looking great.
Okay, thank
to
you.
my viewers out there, I'm just this is the beginning of the year for me on the newspaper review. So once again, happy new year. And as we usually do, we'll try to see to the papers of the day and give it a little review to the interesting with the interesting topics. All right, I have a I'm not actually starting on a sad note, but I need to break this news. The PDP candidate, the gubernatorial candidate of the PDP in Abia State, Professor Uche Ikone, is dead. His death was confirmed today. He died at the National Hospital in Abuja. This is a very sad one. I don't know if you have something to say.
Yeah, it came like a big shock. I think the last time we had such a news was in Kogi State when Adamu, the Kogi Guba candidate of the, was it APC or PDP, Natasha?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay, that died, and there was just so much pandemonium and pandemonium that was happening. Was happening in Kogi State. May his gentle soul rest in peace. First of all, he's human, and mind you, one day we will be with our Maker, and we will testify of our doings here on earth. Okay, but there is a remarkable thing about his death because last year November, I think about 11th of November, that was the last time he was in the open. He was seen publicly.
So and, that means he's been sick.
Yeah, he's been sick, and people of Abia, the Abians, have been calling to check out on their candidates, especially the PDP members. They've been calling out. In fact, at a time, they were even calling the chairman of the party to come forward and let them know where their candidate is. And you know, Nigeria, in many cases like this, they tend to hide this kind of information. But if you come to think of it, we are humans. Okay? Anything can happen.
You know, it's not just anyone that can know about it. I think just the party members.
But strategically, they might be like, okay, they don't want to let this news out so that their opponents will not use it to campaign against them. Okay? But yes, but come to think of it, we are all humans. And the bitter part of this thing is that this candidate has been ill, as in seriously
for
ill.
a long time.
Okay, why don't you leave this position?
For another person.
Thank you.
Another person.
Why don't you leave this position?
Yes.
Why would you not die with the position?
With the position, I mean, you know one thing about this kind of a thing is that this particular position comes with stress, thinking and all that. So I don't think he's even good. He's not stable. He's not stable for it. So
right now, this will create so much tension for the party. Reason because they will now be politicking about who will replace him. Because the party needs to, as quickly as possible, find a candidate that will replace. But before that, what if, let's say 90 days, because there is this law that you can write to INEC 90 days and you say, okay, you submit that you're not going to participate with it, then a replacement will happen. But come to think of it, we are just very close to March the 11th when the Guba election will happen. And you are putting so much pressure on the party. What if in November that you came out to say, okay, see, my body can't carry this anymore. Okay. Maybe he could have survived it, Natasha.
Right.
Maybe he could have
survived it.
Because of tensions and all that.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, he's gone, and I hope the party will come out of this.
Thank you very much, Mr. Victor. Oh, okay, over to you, Natasha. Do you have anything to say about that? Because I feel what you feel, like you're shocked.
I'm not shocked. Shocked is not my reaction.
Okay.
It is pissed.
You're pissed.
You know that you're ill. May his soul rest in gentle peace or perfect peace. How do they say it? You know you're ill.
Somebody's father, Natasha,
and you,
please.
No, you are ill and you still want to come and rule over people? us, the outsiders, we do not know what your situation is because we were not there when your private doctor checked you out and told you what's wrong with you. But you were there. You knew what your prognosis were, and you still chose to run. First of all, we know that the seat of the presidency or of the governor is a seat where we need someone who thinks on his feet. You can make decisions as it comes, and your health should be intact. That's why all over the world, you go through rigorous medical health checks for them to just know that you are healthy enough to rule over a people. Now, I understand that a lot of us are sad and we're not happy about his demise. Nobody would be happy about his demise. But I'm looking at it from this other aspect where it's deceptive. You deceived people to think that you were okay to run for office, and people chose to say, okay, this is the person we want to take our votes. But you didn't tell them what you were battling with. And then now we've wasted our hope? And all of a sudden you're no more. And now your party has to start grappling about who is going to replace you.
For a replacement.
For me, it is a bad thing that has happened. It is sad because, we need to give condolence to the family. It's still someone's loved one. But on a larger scale, when it comes to national politics, it's the people first.
The people first.
You knew what your problem was. You didn't fix it. And now, you're no more. Yes, we are meant to sympathize, which we do, but on the larger scale of things and taking logically, you deceived a lot of us. That's it. And this is even going out to our presidential candidates. There's some of them right now that are already showing signs of health issues. And they still have ardent supporters who are like, it is you or you. These people will still not come out, these particular individuals or candidates will not come out to tell the Nigerians, oh, I'm battling with this or the other.
I'm sick, I need to rest.
And then maybe 6 months into you being president and you fall down and then you expect us to be remorseful? How dare you? You deceived us. It doesn't make sense to me. So this is really a call out to everybody running for a political office. If you know you are not healthy enough to run, sit back in your house.
Sit back in your house.
It's not a do or die affair. It's not about the whole Amilocon kind of thing. If you're not ready, you sit back. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Okay, please, if I can say this, I think the president has also made this mark for everybody because he was ill. He managed this way out, and if you see the president right now,
he's amazing.
So strong. Amazing. So he has.
But Victor, initially when he was coming, when he was coming to the office, he was not ill.
Yes.
He didn't look physically frail. Thank you. So on that note, I'll leave him at that.
But mind you, we lost 8 months of his leadership.
Due to illness.
And if you find that, if you go and check back, you find out that Nigeria really deteriorated within those periods.
Yes.
So he has made that mark that people are copying from. Okay, you can come out of this. And mind you, Abia State is so unique. Unique in the sense that in 2007, I wanted to mention we because I was in Abia back in those days. In 2007, we had a governor that was in.
Is it the Chime?
No, the T.A. Oji was arrested. He was in police detention when he became the governor.
Crazy
so
stuff.
when you had such instances.
Presidents.
Oh, come on. For
Yeah,
illness, I can survive it. And when I survive it.
Nonsense.
Anyways, with my guess, if I keep quiet, I'm very sure that you keep going.
It's a few months. It's a few weeks to the election. My blood is
have already spoken. She
I'm
said
not
on her own part that's pure deception, and from what Mr. Victor has said, anyways, things like that can happen. But please, to Nigerians out there, if you're coming out for a position, please try and check your health. We as well sympathize with the family of Professor Uche Ikone, who sympathize with you. We are moving straight to the business of the day, and here on the Guardian newspaper, we'll have this very big one here. CBN insists on January 31 deadline. Sean's calls for extensions. CBN insists on January 31 deadline. Sean's calls for extension. And the next one here says, IPC seeks safety for journalists ahead of 2023 polls. The next one, which you can find on the page 5 of the Guardian newspaper, says, Buhari keeps mum, commissions blue line rail. J. Randall Center. And the last one I'll be taking on the Guardian newspaper says Buhari appoint Arache as PSC boss amid furore over IGP's tenure elongation. Okay, over to you, my guest. This is the major one here. CBN insists on January 31 deadline. So, Natasha.
What a mess. I'm tired of my country. I think Victor is headed to my Japan. I'm tired.
Really?
Because honestly,
I don't think it's better.
Wait. Let me give you a tip.
So you want to be a janitor?
like
solid all day.
Said right. We've spoken about this before in one of the newspaper reviews. I made mention of the UK. Okay. Right now they have King Charles.
Yes.
Initially it was Queen Elizabeth. They knew they had to create a new note because of King Charles to put his imprint on there.
Yeah, because when Queen Elizabeth was there, it was a
yes. What did they do? They printed out the new notes, but they knew the backlash that it will cause and the stress it will cause on the citizenry. So what did they do? Both of it should coexist. But eventually, the Queen Elizabeth notes will fizzle out.
That's what I meant.
But no, my country, no. Suffer the people. Everybody be stressed. We like you being stressed. When you're stressed, it shows that you're a resilient Nigerian. Nonsense.
Okay.
Nonsense. I give you a typical example. My dad went to the bank the other day.
Okay.
He needed some cash. He wouldn't do POS and all of those things. He doesn't trust those people.
Okay.
His generation. He went to the bank and these people still gave my father old note. And my dad said no. He insistently said no. And this is calling out UBA Bank. He insistently said to them, no, new notes. Because the first is just a few days away.
Yes, a few days
and he might not even be able to exhaust the money before then. Give me new notes. They're like, they don't have new notes in this branch. Maybe you should check another branch. Bro, that was the headquarters. He went to another branch, same thing. So I am wondering, who is at fault right now? Is the CBN not remitting these monies to the banks, or are the banks just intentionally hoarding the money? Because I have no idea. Today, that I had to pay with cash, for taxi fare, I paid with new Naira note.
Okay.
My balance, old Naira note. Oh God, don't you have new Naira note? Oh, he hasn't gotten it. So I don't know where the miscommunication is. I don't know what is happening.
Oh, okay.
But it seems that a lot of the new Naira note is not yet in circulation.
It is not yet in circulation
I don't know
anyway.
what it is.
But you've raised the question, which I'm going to be throwing that question to Mr. Victor. So, Mr. Victor, who is with the new Naira note? Is the bank holding the money, or CBN is yet to release the new Naira note?
If you ask me.
Oh, Mr. Victor, please. I don't want to sing that song right now. This is serious. January 31st.
Well, as it stands, for the CBN governor to publicly come out yesterday to say that, see, the 31st deadline must happen, that's to tell you that he has some backbones to say that they have released this money.
They are pleading with him, please, Mr. Emefiele, please, can you just give us till July? And he still says no.
Personally, I understand that, Nigeria is a place of suffering and smiling. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
We've experimented that way long time ago. Now,
okay.
I understand what he's trying to do. And I am, an advocate of what he's doing. Okay? Yes, it is so tough. And maybe because Nigeria has made us to have thick skins. Okay? But if you also check, vote buying will be a big issue come the elections.
Okay.
And you know that these guys have been piling money. We cannot shy away from it. In fact, Jennifer, I'll be shocked that if you tell me that you don't know that these party members, these party heads, as in some party heads have been buying up PVCs. In fact, the other day, one of my close pals told me that a town crier came out in the wee of the night to scream that come to a so location with your PVC so that we will identify you and you will vote for us. And you know what that means?
To exchange some money.
Yes.
Yes, because I'm right now.
And which money will they exchange at the end of the day?
The opinion
Old Naira.
leaders are really playing a big role. I don't understand them.
So the issue should not just be on the CBN government.
But don't you think that this is actually is bringing a fight between the bourgeoisie and the proletariat? Because I think it's the poor masses that will suffer.
We will survive it.
If
we are surviving the current price of petrol right now, my dear, we will survive it. Because if you ask me, right now as I am, I can't say I don't have the new Naira here.
I don't.
Okay.
As well.
Yes, one might be like, yes, I have an internet phone.
But they keep giving me old money in exchange.
I have an internet phone that I can transact. I have a card that I can transact with, and maybe yes. Luckily, I do not enter transport. As in, transport.
That's what I'm saying. That this is going to affect the poor masses.
It's not about the bloody poor masses.
Yes.
It's not about the bloody poor masses. It's affecting every bloody person. If the bank that is supposedly meant to be the institution I'm supposed to take my old money to get the new money, and then they're saying they don't have access to the new money, there's a problem with the CBN. This is a bloody problem with them. If you're saying that your major issue is to cut vote buying, why are you not doing your part by making sure that this new money is in proper circulation?
Availability.
How dare you?
And we should also note that the CBN on their own, yes, I think 90 days, like the chairman said, 90 days should be enough for you to go and deposit all your old notes. Because there are some persons out there, especially in the north, that have been crying out foul that, see, the time is too short. My dear, 90 days is enough for you to go and carry all those your money. Those monies that you've been packing under your bed.
There's something I wanted to
in your wardrobe.
Just like Natasha has said earlier, he said, when you give out the new notes, the old notes are still in circulation.
Okay, now let me even ask. Like Natasha just said, like your dad. I will not also expect your dad to go and withdraw you some of that amount.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So you find out that the problems in quotes might be negligible.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Because what are we even talking about? I will not expect you to go to the bank and be withdrawing 100,000 at a point like this to keep in your house.
Yeah.
Who will trust such?
No. So what are we trying even to see? Nigeria, our problem is too much.
Okay.
Why am I even saying this? Because about 2 to 3 years ago, the CBN has mobilized Nigerians to be using ways of transacting money.
Mm-hmm.
My dear, there are some people over their dead body, they will not try it. They don't want to have an ATM. They don't want to do mobile banking. They just want to remain in the old.
But say, Victor, let me even fault you there. I'm sorry, this topic might stay if you don't stop
I just need to stop.
This topic, he's talking about transacting. Myself, everything I do is on my mobile phone. I'm very progressive in my thinking like that. But unfortunately,
Not
our MTNs, our Airtels, our 9Mobiles, they're not reliable. And now, the other, how do you say, the USSD, you don't necessarily need internet to do that, but still, we have network bloody issues. So you are trying to make an instant payment with your star. I use GT Bank, shout out to GT. Star 737 hash. My GT Bank will refuse to come and give me what the transaction I'm needing, connection error. And then the person you want to transact with is all agitated. No, I need to leave. What do?
Then you resort to the last.
You transact with the old Naira that you have, if that's what you have. Or like I said, my case in point, my new Naira. Since I still don't want to use cash, but peradventure I still have access to some new Naira notes. I give you the money and I said, okay, there's balance there. Same person is telling me I don't have new Naira to give you as balance. Please, the problem is not us, the masses. CBN needs to do better. That's it.
So lastly, I also want to use this medium to tell, network providers, banks, this is your time. If you don't want to improve on your services, people will port. This is the best time to port because I cannot be using a network at a time like this and I find out that I cannot do my transaction. My dear, I will leave you. If you are also a bank and I try to do transactions on your platform and you are doing anything. I know many banks that have lost their account details. In fact, it's not ready for me to go to the bank and close the account because of they are not giving me quality services. You get?
Sorry to come in there. Of recent, a friend of mine came on the platform, a particular platform. He was like, "Please, can you? I need a suggestion. Which bank right now is the best?" And people came up with several.
All of them
banks,
are a mess.
And someone said all of them are same. But this time around, we'll prove which bank is.
Yes, and lastly, let's not also forget that these banks are milking Nigerians. They are making billions and trillions of that. So if you are not working well, Nigerians will leave you at the point like this. So they should stop complaining. Every year you don't even hear any report saying that the smallest bank has made a loss. All of them profit.
Biggest bank having issue right now.
First
bank right now.
First bank,
no.
UBA.
Oh my God.
All these banks. No. In fact, I was surprised for you. You were giving kudos to GT. So,
I love my GT, but my GT we have also been messing
GT, we need to pay you for
recently.
this particular promotion anyway.
We have been messing up recently, but at least they don't steal my money.
They don't steal your money, right?
Don't.
I don't want to tell you
about the maintenance charges. All bankers do that. All banks do that.
Okay, we pray that the money comes into circulation so that there will be no much crying out there. We're going on a short break, and when we return, we'll take the next paper.
Now that you have registered for your PVC, it doesn't stop there. Ensure you pick up your PVC. Be alert. Join many Nigerians to vote credible leaders that will change the tide of this nation. Do not sell your vote. Remember, this is our future. Your vote is your voice.
This message is proudly brought to you by Thav Media Limited.
You're welcome back. Okay, we're moving over to the next paper, and the next paper for today is the Daily Sun. And on the Daily Sun, we've got so many interesting topics. I'll start with this one here. This one says, "I'll end youth's frustration, restore hope, Tinubu pledges." I will end youth's frustration, restore hope, Tinubu pledges. You can read this up on the page 28 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And the next one here says, "NAS, CBN clash over old Naira notes deadline." Again, NAS, CBN clash over old Naira notes deadline. And the next one also says, "FG stops refined sugar importation," and that is on the page 26 of the Daily Sun newspaper. And the last but not the least here says, "Elections, parents appeal for 2 weeks break for students to vote." Election, parents appeal for 2 weeks break for students to vote, and this is on the page 27 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Okay, over to you, Mr. Victor and Natasha. I want to take I feel like this one is very interesting, so I want us to discuss it. Our end use frustration, restore hope, Tinubu pledges.
To me, it's a marketing strategy, and we know that Nigerian youth right now are frustrated.
And he said this during his visit to Abia State. He was in Umuahia, so he made this particular statement. Don't you think this statement comes with a lot of weight?
I hope while reading down in the full text, we should find out how he wants to do that.
Yes.
Okay, and also employ Nigerians to go and also go down to these manifestos. Yes, many a times one would say some of them might be written by some professors that even the candidates do not even know the details of these manifestos. Yes, so to me, he could be serious about it. It could also be sweet word, because in politics you need to make good use of your strategy. Okay, it is obvious that the Nigerian youths are under deep frustration.
Pressure.
Not just only the Nigerian youth.
Okay.
Everyone.
Okay. So I hope he has good plans if he becomes the next president of the country.
Okay.
You also know that if you empower the youth, the economy will thrive. If you empower the youth, go to Singapore.
Okay.
Go to this thriving economy. They find ways to empower their youth. And in Nigeria today, our youths are just literate. If you're not helping yourself, you're on your own. So
entrepreneurship is now the
yeah. So if we find that most, and come to think of it, the youth and the women make up 75% of the voters.
Okay.
So these candidates, the presidential candidates, they try to make sure that they use good words
to engage that particular crowd.
Exactly,
Right.
because they really need the youth to win this election.
Okay, Mr. Victor. From what you've just said, is like you're very positive about this particular statement from Tinubu. Like you're very positive about it.
Positive in what way?
Yeah.
No, like, I said let's go down to the text and see. It's not just about talking. Talking is so cheap. I can come to them and promise my village people plenty of cows. Okay, they will clap for me and pray for me and tell me, say, okay, on that day I should deliver, and I will not deliver. Okay, so it's not just by mere words. We also want to see the detailed plan. Okay. But on the other hand, like I also said, some of those plans, which are called manifestos, are also being written by scholars, and they make it so sweet.
Thank you.
So it's not just about making rhetoric like this, okay? But like I told you, this is the campaign season. P2B, Atiku, Tinubu, the top candidates, they will usually go this way.
And don't forget Kwankwaso.
Okay, I will not.
According to a lady that's a Kwankwaso.
Okay, over to you, Natasha. So they're ending, they're promising to end.
Oh my God.
Frustration.
Wow. For me, it's just semantics. It's English.
Okay.
It's English.
A man like Tinubu should be able to understand the weight of this English. So I don't understand.
Oh, he's been in the system. He's been in the system for longer than I was born.
Okay.
So he knows what words to speak. He knows what to say. But I believe that we're in a time where nobody should give me an excuse that they were deceived. Nobody. You have your ears.
Okay.
You have your bread. Okay. You have your gadgets. You have internet. Check. According to one of the candidates, go verify. Find out.
What about those that the internet makes them to have high blood pressure?
Wow. Let me just go into what I'm going to say.
Okay.
For me, it's not as much as what you are saying right now in the heat of the moment. You're going to end my frustration how? You are already part of the party that is making me buy 12 for 400 naira.
How can a presidential candidate be promising me
you end my frustration? You're already part of the party that during NSAS people were killed. You will end my frustration. You will give me hope. Did you give me hope that time? Did you? When we called you to speak up because your company was in charge of, is it LLC? What do they call it? The Lagos State Toll thingy. Did you come out to speak to me? Did you think that the youth mattered to you? Did you talk to us like people who should hear your voice?
Okay.
Did you seem concerned? Bullshit. No, I'm sorry that I said that word, swear word. Pardon me, I'm just a bit hot.
A lot of disclaimer for today.
You did not do any of those, but all of a sudden, you go to Abia State. You will end my frustration. You will give us hope. Bullshit. I call that lies. I call that lies. And also, yes, people have clamored, oh, his manifesto is so amazing.
Why did he actually choose to say this in Abia State of all states?
No, but
he's been moving about.
You know that state, calm down. That state has a track record of having some nuisance for governors. But anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, but I will say this. If he means well, I am happy about it. Because the youths, actually at this point in time, we need a breather. There's hardly, out of 10 youths that you see, one has high blood pressure. The pressure is too much. You can't just, you're trying to make ends meet, the ends are not meeting. It's not connected. Right? So, you're going to do more than speak English to us because you were part of the party who for 8 years put us in this doldrum we're in. You're going to speak more than English. You're going to do more than a bloody manifesto. You're going to do more than trying to have a BBC interview where it looks like you were propped up to speak English. We have a lot of biases against you. We don't believe in you. We don't believe in the words you speak. First things first, you have a lot of indictments on your head. And Buhari, when he was coming, he said all the sweet words and then he got into office and then he kept mute. Didn't talk to us for years.
You mean the Buhari, the president
now? Oh, yes, please. The present president. He didn't speak to us for years. Nigerians literally had to beg, please, where is our president? Talk to us.
And
all of a sudden, because... Elections are coming out. He's talking to us every other day, like, oh, please, sweethearts, listen to us. How am I not sure it's going to be the same with this man? Why do I have the temerity to say that? It's because during one of the deepest, mentally draining moments youths of this country had during the NSAS period, you didn't. That was the point he should have sold his market. Unique selling point.
Means that it happened
in your state, under your so-called surveillance. But you didn't do that, so I cannot believe you. I'm sorry. I can't believe what you're saying.
Okay, but please, lastly, let's also there are this news that Tinubu has really empowered the youth in the state. Okay.
Yes,
yeah. So when you go to
which of the youths? Where are
like,
they? Why are they not coming
like,
out? Why are they not coming out to say
like
something?
the Loma, like the last man.
Why are they not coming out to say something? Yes, empower the nurse, the transport system that are causing havoc in Lagos and insecurity everywhere. I'm done.
Anyways, if we continue on and on, Natasha, we come up with so many reasons why this shouldn't have been said. Anyways, I'm not against this particular statement. I would love someone to come and end my frustration. So what do you think, Peter? I would love someone to come and end my frustration.
Nigerians are going through a lot.
Nigerians are going through a lot. So if he can keep to the promise and definitely if he wins the presidential election and becomes our president, people will need to remind him and say, Oga, you said you will end my frustration. Please, this is the time.
And please, no, just to add, if he wins, thankfully, if he does, we give God glory. But if he does, or whoever wins, please, this is just me pitching it out there.
Okay.
The first 2 months or 3 months of him becoming the president, please, just do give away.
Okay.
Every youth
from
25 to 35, do give away.
You've really done great today. You've really done great today. It was really nice having you on the show, Natasha and Mr. Victor. Thanks for being with me.
Thank you.
And I still remain Jennifer Adawamo on the Newspaper Review on TAF TV. Thank you, my lovely viewers. Thank you so much.